is my trance.
Hey MADDIX, what's up? How are you?
Hello.
Hey man, hello. I'm doing great, actually. How are you?
Yeah, we're great. Thank you
Yeah,
very much for joining us on episode number 2 of Soundcheck.
yeah, awesome to be here.
Yes, it's great. It's great to have you. How have you been? You've been to the barber. How was going to the barber after I think 4 months for you?
Almost 4 months. I was
Early.
wearing caps only the last day, so man, it's been great. It's freshly cut, so finally we can record this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look sharp.
Yeah, yeah, but the whole situation here is a bit weird now.
Yeah, I can.
Being home a lot of time. Yeah,
Yeah,
Because how is it affecting you in your daily life?
actually a lot because usually I'm on tour often. So let's see. I do a lot of shows each year, especially during summer. Every weekend is fully booked and you're just away from home. And now the last time I've been in an airplane is more than a year ago.
yeah, I can
My
imagine.
last show has been in the December 2019 because after that I had January free, like off. And then in February I had some China shows that got canceled because of COVID already. And it continued. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
great.
it's cool as well. Lots of studio time. Um, yeah, and doing different things in life.
I know, I can imagine. Is there something
Or
something something new you found to do in
yeah,
these times, like a new hobby you picked up?
Yes, for sure. Few things actually, but one thing, for example, because we have a lockdown, we are not allowed. We have a curfew now here in Holland. Yeah, you guys know as well. Where I actually found out about like board games.
About board games.
Invite some friends and we go play for these nerdy board games. But it's actually quite fun because
Yeah.
all the bars are closed. You cannot do a single thing. So we decided to try this, and yeah, I think I'll keep doing it after everything opens up.
So what's the favorite board game?
Um,
30
right
seconds.
now, it's a game called Aeon's End. I think
Aeons and what?
Aeon's End.
Aeons End. Okay, that
And
sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing.
yeah, I guess it's something like that. I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, but yeah.
I mean, but so you invite all your friends over. Everybody comes dressed as like a magician or a dragon and that kind of stuff, and then you
No, no, not like that. No, no, not that far, not that far. But
just a fun
yeah,
part.
we do. Yeah, just a fun part. But we do yeah, play almost every week, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's fun, and I do some gaming as well, uh, playing
Oh,
Call of Duty kind of stuff. Yeah,
which platform? Which console?
PC.
PC. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find you? How can people play with you? Gamertag 321.
I don't know because it's a battle that I need to check it up. You cannot add me
Oh,
just like
okay.
that. Yeah, but let me look it up, and when we release this video, I will.
Yeah, we'll put it in
Put
the
it somewhere.
description somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I want to play some gunfights against people,
Oh,
2v2.
gunfight. That's my favorite. I
My
love
favorite as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
We should like do a thing together. I think we
yeah,
can do crossplay. I'm on Xbox. Like
yeah,
no
yeah.
one.
We can do crossplay. Yeah, we can do crossplay. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, well that's cool. So kind of looping back on the whole lockdown and the past year actually, like how has that like affected you when it comes to I don't want to say mentally, but it all obviously brought some challenges along with it.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest challenge for you in the past year?
Um. Well, I think the biggest like downside of this all is that we were planning to release the whole new MADDIX tribe stuff, the new MADDIX sound during Ultra Miami, which got cancelled. And up until today, I have never really played a full new MADDIX set. All the songs I've been releasing, I don't know how, if they work live, like how people will react to it.
Yeah.
So music-wise, that has been yeah, quite difficult because you're in the studio always, but inspiration can be difficult to find without any experience how the tracks will do. And obviously, without any shows, is also a lot less money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you get paid by streaming stuff, etc. But main income source is gone, so it's a bit more stressful. Also, still don't know when it will open up fully. I don't know how my new sound is working, so yeah, sometimes you feel a bit more stressed.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And how do you motivate yourself once you feel down?
Well, I try to go to the gym usually because that really hypes me up. But now the gyms are closed as well, so I try to go outside. Actually, outside of my house, there's some pull-up bars. I just go out, do some running and sports, and that really helps.
Okay.
And otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I just start doing different stuff, maybe like not produce music, but go and chill with friends. Do some games. I bought some, or I received for my birthday. I got some gifts, some new hardware synths, for example. So I just start playing with those kind of stuff to get new inspiration instead of like really focus on finishing a track.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm really curious. So let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
How did you start your career? How did it all start?
So maybe some people know this already, but my mom, she has a music school, a percussion school. So even as a baby, I grew up with the djembe, the African drum, and all percussion music around me. So if I couldn't sleep, she would start playing djembe next to me as a little baby, and I stopped crying and fell asleep. So that's where it all started. I think I got interested in dance music when I was like 14, 15.
Oh, that's
I remember listening the first real dance music tracks by Paquito, Living on Video, that kind of stuff. There was also this Sneakers.
The party?
The party, but also the CDs.
Oh.
Sneakers CDs with even Hardwell was on there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was all the Dutch house music with Chucky, I guess, Hardwell, Greg Salto. So that's where, that's where it started for me. So I think when I was 16, I got hooked on FL Studio, Fruity Loops, and that's where I started making music for myself. And I think my dad is a bit he's a teacher at the University of Technology, TU Eindhoven, how to say it, University of Technology.
Yeah.
So the combination of me being like a nerd and computer nerd together with the musical influences, like the perfect match is being a producer because you have both sides. That's what got me hooked ever since. I never quit and just started making music every single day.
Can you still remember the first show? The first party you played at as a DJ?
Yes, but the first was a bit weird. It was in Eindhoven, my hometown where I grew up, and it's not like I was nervous, but it was not really the best show. But I remember the first real show as MADDIX outside of the Netherlands. Jeez, I was so nervous.
Where was it?
in Poland.
Oh, nice.
Because I had a friend that I knew, and he organized shows. I still have a video of it somewhere, and it all went great. So it was perfect.
Send that video over. We should use it.
Sure, I will send it. I'll send it. But yeah, I think about 5.5 years ago, I got my first release on Revealed Recordings, something like that. So that's when it all got a bit more serious. Yeah.
And before you were MADDIX,
yeah.
You have other DJ names, like your first ever DJ name, was that something else?
Yes, but it was just my real name, Pablo Rint.
DJ
Yeah.
Pablo. Nice. And where did MADDIX come from? How did you were like at one moment you were like, ah, MADDIX sounds cool, or how did that come to development?
I was releasing music on Pablo Rint, just my real name, and I decided like, nah, doesn't sound that catchy or cool. So I started looking for different names, and everyone told me like you should use Pablo, but put something behind it. But that sounds like some Latin DJ and not fit my
Escobar.
view. Yeah, yeah. So I decided to come up with a big list of names, just random, and one of those was MADDIX with an O, but it was already in use by some guy on Beatport. So I checked, okay, what if we change the O to an I, and that's it.
Wow.
That's the crazy story behind the name MADDIX.
Yeah,
Legend.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, cool. You have a lot of people who have like first have their weird DJ names, and then they finally, come to one name which ends up being their own. But MADDIX, I think, it really encompasses what you are. And if you look at like 5.5 years ago when you started until now,
yeah,
obviously the sound has changed a lot.
yeah.
Uh, you're working on a new one, and I actually didn't know you didn't play the new sound live ever, so that's a new one for me as well.
Yeah, I
How?
played 2 tracks maybe. That's it.
Okay, but the majority and in the
No.
test of new brands, so that's it's really for me. It's incredible that you're able to create the sound without having very good feedback from the live end.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, very important. So, how has, in your opinion, how has the sound of MADDIX changed over the 5.5 years?
Um, so obviously, I think people know me from my big room sound. And one of the main goals for me always was to try and make something unique. So even in my big room sound, I wanted to put something unique, but that got harder and harder. And since there's so many people doing those kind of sounds, I think that at one point I realized like, okay, why would a festival book me instead of any one of the other big names? You know, because like music wise, they can give the same experience. So I decided to do a step back and also go back to myself. Like I've been going to so many different festivals, also techno festivals, trance festivals, So I'm not only listening to the big room stuff I made. So I did a step back and realized, okay, what if I go into the studio, make music without any expectations? Not from me, not from Revealed, not from my management, not from the fans, like no expectations, just create what I feel is cool. And that's how I made Ecstasy. That's actually the first release of
Okay.
the new sound.
Mm.
And I think we're still like moving on from that sound. I'm still experimenting more and more. And the freedom to do it is, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, I can
it.
imagine.
It gives me much more inspiration in the studio because I don't have to focus on any genre specific things.
Mm.
Um, for me, I think the cool thing now is that I don't want MADDIX to be one genre or anything like that. I want a MADDIX show to be a full experience that gives a vibe, and that's not really done by other DJs.
Mm.
And how do you like to create this experience? Can you give us a little tease what to expect?
Sorry, what did you say? Can you?
How do you like to create the whole MADDIX
Ah,
experience?
well, obviously I've been releasing so much new music, but I think the music I'm making now is not really by standards categorizable in any genre, because a lot of people I see have Revealed fans, they say it's techno, but if you ask a real techno fan, they will say no way, this is no techno. um, and all these different genres, I want to put it together, and ultimately I think I want to do a show with only my own music. only my own music, only my own visuals, and create a whole MADDIX experience. And maybe even start, if it's possible, like start doing more live shows, like creating the tracks a bit more live with some synths, etc. Yeah.
And if you would,
So that's a future plan, but
yeah, whenever the live shows come back, for sure. And
yeah,
if you
we'll.
see any artists at the moment who are, doing something similar to what you're doing, in the sense that they have shows where they play their own music and have the entire experience, I immediately think of Eric Pritz,
Yes.
being a
Yeah.
great example of it. Is that also someone you look up to, or how has the idea of what you just explained, the whole MADDIX brand and the vision, how has that developed over the last few years?
Yeah. Well, it's a perfect example. I think another one is, for example, Reinier Sonneveld. He plays his own music only. He does a lot of live stuff, and yeah. Well, when you start releasing on a big label, I remember the first release on Revealed, I sent 7 tracks. One of them got signed. So immediately, if you want to sign another track, what do you start to do as an artist? You try to mimic a little bit that one track that got signed because it has something good in it. And then they sign the next track and the next and the next. And then everyone has expectations. And I think, yeah, at one point, the step back was good for me, to really go back to something with a bit more passion for me, something that hopefully people will enjoy as well.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And if you kind of, I think a lot of people, a lot of fans of you, a lot of producers in the music industry, they have a very big difficulty finding their own sound. And I think
Yeah,
you're a great example of an artist who found his own sound. Could you maybe
yeah.
elaborate a bit more on how you were able to find your sound, and how, your upbringing, your history kind of influenced the sound you are currently making?
Yeah. So I think if you go actively looking for your own sound, it's going to be really difficult, because I tried to do it when I was a learning producer,
Mhm.
but never really managed to. Because if you learn, the best way to learn is to copy other people. And if you cannot copy but start to make your own stuff, it's really difficult. And obviously, some people will manage to do it, but for me, that didn't work out. Um, and with my background, for example, I sometimes have gone to Berlin to the techno clubs there.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you ever been there?
No, no, I've
No.
only heard the stories. For me, it's like a myth.
But then never
It,
been to techno parties there.
no? Okay.
No.
Now you should go there.
I know what it looks like. I know how it looks like, and I've
Yeah.
heard the stories. I've been to techno parties before, but never like the raw pinnacle that is Berlin, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. It's an experience that I think everyone should try once. You see the most crazy people. The music is way too loud. There's all like bars. You feel like you're in jail. It's so raw, and somehow I really felt like this vibe is so cool. So I think that also influenced me in creating the new sound. Um, but the key thing is to not actively look for it, I think.
Okay, so
Uh, yeah, I just did a step back and just decided to start working. I did not have any idea what should I make, and I think that's just let your creativity just go.
mhm. And
Yeah.
what led you to think like, okay, Pablo, I need to take a step back and
Yeah.
look at my overview and see like, okay, I need to change.
Um, yeah, basically what I just told, because the shows, etc. I was thinking, why would anyone book me instead of booking Hartwell, instead of booking Blasterjax, instead of booking WW? I wanted to be more unique. I wanted to be not one of 20 people doing it, but one of one.
Mhm.
And that made me realize, like, let's at least try to do it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But luckily, it worked out.
Yeah,
Uh,
no. And you obviously you had the first release, Ecstasy, being like the new sound. How
yeah.
how nervous or excited were you?
Yeah.
How did that, work for you?
Yeah, it's funny because I made a track. I did not send it to anybody, so no one heard it. Then I had a meeting with my manager, and I arrived at his office, and he said, "Pablo, sit down. We need to talk because something needs to change."
Okay.
And I said, like, "Okay, music-wise?" He said, "Yeah." Okay, listen to this track. So I played him Ecstasy, and he's like, "Dude, okay, we don't have to talk anymore. This is it." So that already gave me a lot of confidence. Like, okay, and it's quite bizarre that we had this at the same moment. Um, Apparently, he felt the same. Like, we need to change something to be more unique, and I felt the same. And after that one, I was not nervous anymore. I think I sent the track to Hardwell. He loved it as well. He said, "Holy fuck, dude!" So then, no more nerves, and it's just full confidence. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
approved. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds amazing. I think, what you just mentioned is basically the big struggle a lot of producers are currently having. It's like, okay, what sound do I need to make? But I think you're also a great example of not that the live side is important, but a lot of people think like, okay, I can only find my sound when I play live, when I go to festivals, but you found your own sound without even being able to play it live.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are
Well,
the anomaly, you are the hack in the system.
who knows? But there's still a chance it does not work live, you know?
Well, I think if it wouldn't work live, we would have known that by now.
Yeah, I think so as well. Oh, yeah, yeah, it's true. I'm really happy about it, and I'm still like experimenting a lot because some new tracks I'm working on, I'm still pushing boundaries, at least for myself. I remember like Technology was the first track I used a little bit of a techno kick, you know?
Mhm.
And it was like a big shock, like, dude, are you really gonna use a techno kick in your big room kind of track? And now the harder the kick, the better. I don't care anymore. So it frees up possibilities if you take slow steps every time, and you
True.
really start to experiment.
To get used to the new sound as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so tell us something about yourself. Maybe something other people don't know. Let's heat it up.
Things people don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a few people know.
Yeah. Well, my eyebrows, for example, that's something people don't know. Normally, you can't really see them. So my mom always told me, like, you need to start paint them. How do you say it?
Drawing them.
Dial it. Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it. But now, sometimes you see yourself on pictures and video, and you decide, okay, fuck it, let's try. And actually, it works. So why not?
So basically, every morning you draw your eyebrows.
No, not every morning. You have this paint that sticks for like a month or something.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Have
like
you,
once at the hairdresser, I think.
Yeah, but you can do it yourself.
Oh, you do it yourself.
have
Yeah,
you
you
ever
can do it
like
yourself.
drawing your eyebrows all the way up here to kind of make like a cool look or something?
I can try if you come over. I can try it at your place.
And like
We can draw it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be cool. You could do it.
always surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a nice thing. And I also, I mean, I've heard something about some scars.
Yeah.
I think it was on your forehead as well, or something. Some nasty stories.
Yeah. I have a scar. I think here. Yeah, and it happened. It's so stupid, but it happened during sex, and then I smacked my head into the edge of the bed.
Hey.
I was so stupid because after that I had to go on tour, but I had to go to the doctor because it was bleeding.
Maybe the
So
stitch.
I went to the doctor at the airport, and they took a look, and then they patched it up. There was no need to stitch it because it was really straight.
Mhm.
And then afterwards I was in the plane with a big patch on my head, and I did a show with all these patches on my head. I was like, great.
Tell the doctor how you got the
No,
wound.
no, no, no. I didn't tell anybody, so you guys are the first almost.
There was a show, Sex Brought Me to the ER or something, right? So a lot of crazy things happen.
Yeah.
And was your girlfriend okay? She
Yeah, she was fine. She
Yeah.
was just a bit in shock, like, well, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Well, hitting your head. I'm not sure where you were having sex, but let's leave that in the middle. Let's leave that for
Or how drastic you were moving your head.
head banging, like you were.
Next.
Yeah. So speaking of funny stories, like if you look back, if we go way back to your first tour experience, your first out of Europe experience in Poland. What was like, or not even Poland, like what is like a cool tour anecdote from your side?
Oh, difficult question. Well, one tour experience that has been really cool is it's the ship.
It's the ship. I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship. People are fucking crazy on there. And actually, I went by myself, but there were a lot of Dutch guys there, and we had a great time. And every single day, there's parties till 5-6 a.m. And every morning at 11 or something like that, they start already again.
Yeah.
And it's just the craziest experience. Everyone is drunk.
This edition? Where was it?
It was in. Let me see. Where did it leave? Oh, I forgot the name. Well, I went from Japan to blah blah blah. Singapore. That's it. From Singapore to I think somewhere in Thailand and back. But you actually don't leave the ship. It just sails back and forth. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
And for example, what's on your rider? Are you like a high maintenance artist?
No, I think of the easiest rider ever. I don't do all the blue M&M stuff, etc. No, it's just I do have a bottle of vodka, Red Bull, some beers, and I guess that's it.
Oh, that's pretty low maintenance.
Yeah, but I don't care that much. Usually with shows, like especially if you go to Asia, they prepare lots of stuff for you, and you can ask to drink whatever you want. They bring you champagne as well. They always have fruit and some food stuff, etc. So it's fine. It's perfect. They take great care of me always. So.
What's your best show?
I've got a few. I think one of the largest festivals I did was Lake Dance, together with Case, and we had a great time. So many people.
Did you do back to back with Case or?
Yeah, back to back. Yeah.
Cool.
Was really nice. Another, like the best crowds have been in Japan and South Korea. South Korea was Octagon. I think everybody knows that club. Those people are fucking crazy. They just jump all the time. They'll go ham, completely crazy. And the same in Japan, because you're making dance music without any lyrics, and the whole club is singing your song.
Yeah, the melody. Yeah.
The melody non-stop. I was like, what the fuck's going on? These people are so crazy. And you cannot like imagine in Holland if you do a show. No way that's happening.
No, I think the Dutch crowd also, I'm the same, but it feels like you're having drinks at an office or something. They're all just watching the stage with their drinks in their hands.
Exactly, everyone.
One person is vibing and the rest is all like, great show,
True that, yeah. And another country that I love, I want to give a shout out to Germany, because it's so weird that we're neighbors. And in Holland, everyone is standing still with a drink, like, I don't want to dance. And in Germany, they go crazy as well. They love it. Yeah. It's one of the best in Europe, I think, to do shows.
Well, did you ever have major fuck up on stage, like just
Yeah,
press
Mul-
pause instead of or something?
multiple times, multiple times. It's
What
horrible.
one you remember?
Actually, the first show I did in Asia was in Thailand at a big festival, and it was the first time I went outside. Well, the first time I went to Asia, the first time I did a festival show. So I was super nervous, and for some reason, my USB stick just crashed on
No.
stage. I couldn't do anything about it, but it just entered emergency loop, and I saw it happening. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I pressed exit loop, and then the whole thing crashed, it shut down. But I had to walk to my bag to grab my second USB stick. So there was silence for like 2 minutes. I was like, oh my God, it's my first festival show. How am I gonna do this? Yeah.
You didn't bring your backup USB to the stage.
It was in my bag, just outside of the stage. So I learned from that.
Yeah.
Right now, I have 3 USB sticks, like two plugged in,
Always.
already 2 plugged in, and 1 in my pocket. So it won't happen to me again.
No, you
But
imagine your first show back after COVID, and then you fuck up like that, huh?
yeah, no, that's not allowed to happen.
No, exactly. So Pablo, you were saying the style you're making is not really linked to a genre, yet very much influenced by the trance and the techno. What do you envision for your sound? Do you really want to be connected to also the big techno DJs with your sound, or how would you like to see your sound develop over time?
I think it would definitely be interesting to be connected to the techno guys, but honestly, with my sound currently, I don't think my goal is not to be in the techno world. Like, I want to bring some kind of crossover new sound with influences by it, but bring it to more of the main stage. Lots of techno, for example, has longer tracks, less build-ups, etc. So I enjoy a build-up, and sometimes you're at a techno party and it's like a track of 7 minutes without any build-up. It looks like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this is boring.
Mm.
So yeah, finding the perfect blend between that. But I think I would position myself in between, and that's maybe the difficult part, because right now there's not really a place where it would fit, but that's also a good thing.
Yeah,
because
I think you can really make it your own if there's no real place you can fit in. You know, it's hard work, but eventually the hard work will pay off. You usually see that the biggest in the genres are always the producers, the DJs, who kind of take the risk, take a blend of 2 or 3 genres and make it their own, and then they rise above by being pioneers within that sound. Is that something you'd like to be as well, like a pioneer within this sound, and eventually build like a movement?
For sure.
How you call it, like the MADDIX tribe, into something very big?
Yeah, that's the goal, basically. You said it perfectly. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you envision that? Because obviously you've been in the game for a while now, and if you look fast forward 5 years, okay, we've had 5.5 years of Pablo, of MADDIX at Revealed. Fast forward 5 years, so in total 10 years at Revealed. What's coming up for MADDIX, and what do you envision for MADDIX within that 5 years to happen? Dream big.
Okay. I would say we have a big following for the sound, like for the experience. I want to do shows like you mentioned, Eric Prydz, Reinier Sonneveld, to just play MADDIX tracks, do stuff live. Like, every show is a little bit different because you bring some synths, maybe do stuff live. Play the biggest festivals that way. That's my goal, basically. And it's funny because I used to have a dream to produce more radio style music, but I realized, like, it's nice, I enjoy it, but that's not who I am, I want to be big in the club, a bit against the underground scene, but then the underground sound a bit more for the mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can imagine. And how do you see the sound develop for you, like in these 5 years? Do you really want to, build a movement with producers as well? So you have a few people you guide that release with you, together with you via different outlets,
Yeah,
or
yeah. I think that's great. And if we are allowed to give a tease, we're actually gonna do that as well.
we're always allowed to give teasers. Tell us a bit more. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, we want to gather some producers that and create a community of producers as well that produce in this tribe kind of sound, a little bit of a crossover. So we're planning to do a compilation album this year, and I think that's the first step of making this whole movement. And I think later on, maybe if I can dream big, it would be great to start our own label with this sound. We have much more people together. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Cool.
And obviously, we've had superheroes a few weeks back.
Yeah.
In kind of looking back, a bit of a wink to your older sound, but a tribe edit after that to kind of stay true to what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
How is that for you to kind of quickly jump back into touch the water a little bit and be like, hey, this is my old sound, and now go back to the tribe sound?
Yeah, this track actually I made it I think like 2 years ago almost.
Okay.
People don't know, but it was still laying around because of clearing and some difficulties, and we were discussing if we wanted to release it or not. And I think it's a really good track, so I felt the need to release it. And then because it's 5 years MADDIX and Revealed together, we decided to do it as kind of celebration, but to not confuse people and to not to make it easier to understand that it's a one-time thing. We decided to make this special tribe edit as well, and that's why we did so quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a one-time thing for me right now. I see it as a one-time thing. I want to focus on continuing the journey with the new tribe sound.
All right. Well, I think we're all super excited for you to continue that sound, and I think the development over time has been amazing. And we can't wait to see whatever you have in store for us. You've actually asked some questions in your Telegram group, I think.
Yes,
A few days ago.
yes.
Let's go over a quick fire of those questions. How did
I
you?
think we
Sorry, Robin.
discussed. Oh, sorry. I think a few of the questions we already discussed, but I think there are a lot of fun questions as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pick one, and we'll start from there.
You want me?
Yeah, you're the legend.
Okay. Well, they want to know how you got in touch with Revealed.
Yes. Oh, that's a long time ago. But it's a cool story because I was emailing Revealed all my new music, but never received a reply. So I was kind of like, yeah. But then I released a track on Armada, and then some guy over there, he did the radio show for Dyro's Wolf Records, and Dyro back then was signed, was on the same management and team as Revealed. So they heard the track that was signed on Armada, and they heard it, and the team of Revealed, they emailed me like, yo, this is amazing, we wanted to sign this on Wolf Records, but please send us new music. So that's when they finally started like paying attention to my emails.
Yeah.
And that's how I got in touch. And eventually, I think I said already, but I sent them 7 tracks, of which 1 got signed. And I remember being at a friend's place and I think 11:30 in the evening, I received an email like, "Yo, nice track. You want to sign this for Revealed?" I was like, "What the fuck?" Couldn't sleep all night.
Well, the biggest tip or biggest advice you would give to young producers?
Well, it's always, yeah, I'm always gonna say the same, but I think practice is the most important thing. And the way I learned producing was by doing it every single day, but also compare your music to other guys that you think are the best producers. So, for example, I loaded in. I still do it as well right now. I load in some tracks, like reference tracks, and you can keep on comparing mixed technical wise if it sounds good. And this way, your mix, every single mix down will get better and better. And I think if you're a really good producer with really good technical abilities, you will be able to release on larger labels, because that way you can make it stand out.
And if you could let them know one thing to focus on when they are referencing records, what's the most important thing?
Focus on each separate element. Try to do that. So, for example, I really liked Dairo, his own old sound. So back in the day, I would load a Dairo track and my own track. Mm-hmm. And I spent 2 whole days, like 10 hours straight, 2 days after each other on just the kick drum, because his kick drum was insanely good. And I would found in the corner and like, why does he have this like small frequency here that's so intense? So I go back and try to do it again, until it was actually pretty close. And then I focus just on the kick drum. But this way you learn, and you learn yourself techniques. And it's a grind, but yeah, it works.
Yeah. And since you're a bit of a computer/studio nerd, do you prefer producing or touring, if you had to choose?
Producing.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I really miss touring now, so it would be like 60% producing, 40% touring, I guess. Ideally, I don't want to quit touring, obviously, but if I had to choose, I would choose the studio live. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. No one to choose. It's okay. No stress. I think we kind of discussed the rest of the questions already during the conversation.
There's one I wanted to ask you. I mean, I always love when people send in questions and you sometimes get like the most random things. So I think this was the most random question. Do you like football?
Do you like football? Oh yeah. I left out. He also asked which team, but actually.
Oh, okay. Super
yeah, but yeah, but actually I don't watch football.
So when it comes to sports, what kind of sport man are you?
I go to the gym. I enjoy that. I do running. During winter times, usually I go snowboarding. But by like watching sports on TV, I don't know.
You'd rather
I know I would. I know I would enjoy it, but it would take a lot of time as well. And I rather like, I don't know, play Call of Duty or do anything else. But I know if I was going to start watching football, I would definitely enjoy it. Yeah. And right now I watch, like if there's Olympics, obviously I do watch. If there's a big World Cup in football, then I do watch. But I don't care if any of my hometown's team loses. I don't care.
You know, I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay, so then a quick fire from my side. Techno or trance?
Oh, techno.
A hard style or hard dance?
Hard style.
Okay. Clubs or festivals?
Clubs.
Pasta or pizza?
Nice.
Nice.
Pizza, pizza, pizza.
Pizza.
I have a nice one. You
Okay.
rather be poor and pretty or rich and ugly?
Oh shit. Oh. Maybe even poor and pretty.
Yeah, because
This is so difficult. I don't know. I don't know.
if you're poor and
Money
pretty,
doesn't make you happy, you know.
well, if you're
That's
poor
the
and pretty, you can make money while modeling.
true.
Is
Or
that
But
you really rich
it,
guy?
what?
You can marry a really rich guy. It's my sense.
That's also
If you're
possible.
pretty,
you
if
can
you're a
do
girl,
Never thought, Robin.
you can do surgery if you're rich and ugly. You can do surgery and you make yourself pretty again as well. So
it's a dilemma, right?
Yeah,
it's too difficult.
pretty
Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing? Is it vision? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Xenophone.
right. But I think that's obvious. I mean, he's a music producer.
Okay, yeah. Vision, because otherwise you cannot listen or create music. And if I lose my vision, I can still make music because I will let somebody click the mouse and I will tell them what to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I can imagine. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know,
Okay.
I think we've had a pretty cool talk. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you would like to add? Something we forgot to ask, or
well,
your
I
plans?
think we have one nice tease coming maybe because we've been working on a sample pack that is almost finished. And we're gonna record a masterclass as well. So there will be a sample pack and a tutorial. So yeah, people can expect that. And it's gonna be a sample pack with presets for Serum as well.
nice.
So I'm really excited, and I think we'll drop more info real soon.
Yeah.
Great
I hope,
things come.
I hope it inspires a lot of people to kind of follow your sound as well. So, you know, you can start building that tribe even.
Yes, would be perfect.
All right, cool.
Great.
Pablo, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
It was a pleasure.
for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun for sure. And let's play a gunfight soon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna add you.
You don't mind? I'll skip.
Watch. It's fine. Okay, thank you, and I'll speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye guys. Bye bye.